Hey guys, Micah here with TactiCalifornia. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today we are discussing the bills that are currently going through the Senate and eventually going to head to the governor's desk, okay? These bills are anti-gun bills, okay? Make no mistake about that. These are directly designed to get guns out of the hands of citizens so that government can have more control. And I'm not just saying that because I'm some paranoid guy. This is proven, okay? This stuff is fact at this point. What they want to do is control you with fear, and so that you have to rely on the government. Because if you're self-reliant, you don't need the government. If you can defend yourself faster than the law enforcement can respond, which is a fact, then you don't really need them, okay? They don't want that way. They want you to have to rely on them so much that you'll throw as much taxes as you can at them, that you'll trust them wholeheartedly. I digress. So let's get into these bills. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to be reading them off of my phone here, and that is because they constantly change. These guys have pulled out every little stupid trick you can think of, even suspending some all the way up until the very last minute, and then ramming them through the assembly, getting them, within 2 days, just whoop right through the assembly and onto the Senate. These guys are manipulating the system. They're trying to manipulate you and manipulate me and take our freedoms away so that they can have more power and control over you. Okay? That's what's going on. AB 1664. That one would essentially, I'm just going to give you a real short summary of each of these guys. AB 1664 would ban all firearms with a bullet button. So if you have an AR-15 and you've already neutered it for the state of California by putting a ridiculous bullet button on it so that you can't eject your magazine freely, that would be considered an assault weapon, and you can't have that. That's illegal, okay? Pretty ridiculous, but that's what that one is all about. AB 1673 would criminalize the possession of unserialized firearms. Now that sounds good. To someone who doesn't understand things about this industry, that sounds good. Of course we want to criminalize unserialized firearms, right? Well, no. According to a law that's been in place since 1968, you are legally allowed to manufacture your own firearms, and you don't have to register them. If you've heard of 80% receivers, that's where that industry is kind of aimed at. Okay, so it's aimed at those people who want to manufacture their own firearms, who can do so legally and don't have to tell Uncle Sam about it. You don't have to. Okay, so they're not even so much as saying that you need to do it from this point forward. You need to register them from this point forward. They're making it retroactive, so you'll be a criminal overnight if you have unserialized 80s, okay? So, just ridiculous, right? AB 1674 would ban purchasing any more than one firearm every 30 days. Currently in the state of California, you can purchase one handgun every 30 days. That means if I buy one on the 1st, I can't buy another handgun until the 31st or the following 1st, whatever 30 days is. For long guns and shotguns, you can buy as many as you want. And you can buy as many as you would like in conjunction with one handgun. So, for example, I could walk into a gun store currently in the state of California, and I could buy 2 shotguns, an AR-15, a Mini 14, and a bolt, let's say, a Remington 700, and a handgun. I could buy all that at once. And it's my God-given right to be able to do so. And they're saying no. Okay, they're saying absolutely not. You can only have one firearm per 30 days. Okay, again, further restricting your rights. Again, these fugitives from justice, these felons, the people who have these mental issues, who are going around shooting up schools, who are involved in terrorist activities, these people don't buy their guns at gun stores. Okay, they just don't. If they do, it is extremely rare. But I'm telling you right now, they don't. Okay, they go down to LA and they get them in other means. Okay, they're not going to gun stores. I can tell you that. I work at a gun store. I've not seen one of those people come into my store. Okay. AB 1695. It would send gun owners harassing mailers regarding the myriad of laws they have already complied with. It's just obnoxious. And again, it's going to cost us, the taxpayers, money to send us information we already know. Okay. We already know, especially in the state of California. You have to pass a safety test to purchase any firearm in the state of California. You have to have a firearm safety certificate just to purchase a firearm in California. Once you pick up a gun in the state of California, you are required by law to sit through a safety demonstration in which someone will demonstrate first, teach you, and then you have to demonstrate how to make that firearm safe. We know this stuff. You're forcing it down our throats as is. We don't need mailers. And additionally, AB 2607 would expand the recently enacted gun violence restraining orders to allow your coworkers, your girlfriends, your psychologist to go ahead and put a firearms restraining order on you. Currently, I believe it's only open for your spouse. It might be available for other family members. I'm not sure. But this just enables more people who don't like people who have guns to just mess with you, to just take your guns away from you because they can. Oh, Frank over in accounting has guns, and I keep hearing him all the time talk about, his YouTube channel and stuff like that, or whatever it is, or his beloved AR-15. So I'm going to file one of those restraining orders. So within, a day's notice, he's got to get rid of them all. Okay? No, this is not a good idea. Now, there's more out there, guys, but we're not going to discuss those. These are the ones that have gone through, again, to the best of my knowledge, forgive me if I have some of this wrong. These are the ones that have gone through the Assembly and are now going to the Senate. So what do we do? As Californians, what do? I would urge you to try to contact your senators and tell them to oppose those specific bills, okay? Don't just say, hey, don't vote on anything anti-gun. You're going to come across as a loon and you're probably not going to have your voice heard. Instead, recite those bills by number and say, I want you to oppose this. You're my representative. Remind them that they are an elected official. Remind them that they are the ones who have power on loan from you. We are the ones who gave government power and said, don't mess it up, okay? Remind them that you're somebody who might vote for their position in the future, and if they fail to represent you the way you want to be represented, they're not going to get your vote, okay? Really drive it home that this is unacceptable and that each and every one of those bills by name needs to be opposed. Now, I think, this is just my honest opinion, I've lived in California my whole life, I know how California works, these things are going to get rammed through the Senate. They're just going to get rammed through the Senate. It'll be a landslide. We won't have any of these drop off. They're all going to make it through, okay? So, what do? Well, I would suggest contacting Governor Brown. Just skip the middleman because it's going to Brown, okay? Now, I understand completely. We want to try to get as many shut down before they get to the governor's desk, but realistically, they're just not going to, okay? So instead, contact Governor Brown. Remind him that he's vetoed similar bills in the past. That's right, guys. If you're not familiar with Governor Jerry Brown, he's actually vetoed anti-gun bills in the past, saying that they were unreasonable. For example, the criminalization of not reporting a stolen firearm within a certain amount of time. He's vetoed that before. He's vetoed bullet button bans. He's vetoed certain bills that wanted to expand the definition of assault weapons. So remind him of his position. Remind him that you appreciate the way he's voted on these in the past and that you look forward to him voting that way in the future. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people are discussing this. Jerry Brown is not up for re-election. This is it. So people are starting to predict that we're going to see his true colors. Maybe he was a little more conservative than usual because he was trying to gain re-election in the past, okay? So he was actually vetoing things he might have actually wanted to have go through. But really, if I think about it, this is just my opinion, guys, they're throwing so many anti-gun bills at him that he has to let some through. Otherwise, he's seen as this, unreasonable safety anti-safety guy, right? Like he just hates public safety. So he's probably going to let some of these through. So please just contact your governor. I'm begging you guys, even all of you that do not live in California, get a hold of him. Call him and let him know that you don't approve of the way California is doing things. I'm serious. I want him to be so overwhelmed with this stuff that he just vetoes every last one of them, okay, guys? Let's get rid of these bills, let's get rid of these laws, and let's make California a safer place by keeping it armed. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe to the channel for more videos on legislation, on CCWs, on gun reviews, and stuff like that. I'm Michael with TactiCalifornia. Thanks for watching.